Nobody's panhandling today? Oh my God. Who's gonna work the corner? Hey guys, welcome back to The Realest Take. It's Danny Elliott. Thanks for watching me today. Please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button. So, I want to talk to you guys about 2025. Can you survive 2025? It's gonna be the worst year ever in real estate. That's what I'm hearing all over the place. And I don't believe it, because I know that there's going to be deals out there, and I just went to the post office and sent off a big mailer. I'm looking for deals. I'm looking for off-market deals right now, and you should too. If you know somebody who wants to sell their house quickly, you go talk to them. You say, hey, I'm going to make you an offer. I'm going to talk to you about this deal right here. I'm going to get you out of this situation, right? But I want to talk to you about the boomers who are going to die in their house. That's what they said. That's what they told the media. The media did a poll, and a majority of baby boomers say they will never, ever, ever sell their house. No matter what. It doesn't matter. They are going to stay right where they are. It doesn't matter what happens with World War III. It doesn't matter if the government destroys every goddamn thing in this country. They're going to stay right there in that house and hold on for dear life. They're going to hodl that house like it's a Bitcoin that they bought at $3,000. So I want to talk to you guys about the triple D's. Not those triple D's. I'm talking about death, divorce, and debt. Those are the triple D's in real estate. Stay right there, cop. That's where you're going to find them. Because everybody's always in debt. We know that in the United States. Every single American household, it seems, is just drowning in debt up to their eyeballs, right? We already know that. We know that nobody ever makes it out of this life alive, right? And that's what the boomers say. They say they're going to stay in that house until they die. Now let's think about that before we get to death. I mean, before we get to divorce, because the divorce is my other favorite. The boomers basically invented divorce. The divorce Olympics have been ongoing since the 1970s. But let's talk about death. What happens when somebody dies in their house and they have, just a list of people who are going to inherit a piece of that deal? Like, I have been chasing down deals since 2022, and there's like 5 kids on this deed to this house, and they're all fighting over this house. So you know what happens to the house? The house stays vacant. Squatters start jumping in that house. They hire their team of attorneys. The cops back up the squatters, depending on... If you're outside Florida, this happens all the time. In Florida, we don't tolerate that. But in the other 49 states, the cops will basically back up the squatters and just say, yeah, this is their house. They made a lease on the other side of the Bud Light 30-pack cardboard, and they showed it to us, and we know that it's a legitimate lease, so it's their house. So you got a vacant house that's falling apart. No one's maintaining the house. Nobody's paying the water bill, the sewer bill, the gas bill, the electric bill. The house is just deteriorating in place. And you have to remember that housing... These are just boxes that are rapidly declining structures on a piece of land. So by the time that deal actually makes it through probate, by the time you can actually clear that title, get that cloud out of there and be able to buy that deal, this house is just totally falling apart. And it's not worth nearly what it was worth when the person died in the house. So that's what happens to these a lot of times in the death D in the triple D's. Now, debt, obviously, if you stop paying your mortgage, and it's not the crisis, it's not 2020 through 2024, the bank's going to kick you out eventually. I mean, this extend and pretend routine can't go on forever. We've been going on with this for long enough. I mean, they've been packaging up these homes in default, these pre-foreclosures, and, you know, sending them out the back door so that the media never talks about it, so that it makes the previous administration look like they're doing the greatest job of all time. Greatest job market ever, greatest economy. Soft landing's coming, guys. Still hearing about the soft landing. The soft landing of 2023, 2024, and now 2025, you know. But in the real economy, which is where I live, which is where you probably live, right? Incomes are down. Purchasing power has been destroyed over the last 5 years. There's no pent-up pent-up buyer demand. We keep hearing about this pent-up demand, but it's not there. Because everybody still thinks it's 2022. Everybody's still listing their houses like that, like we're in the middle of this massive run-up, which is now over. So, the debt D is going to be playing out pretty soon. I'm starting to see a lot of foreclosures, pre-foreclosures, homes in default, homes with a second mortgage, a third mortgage. So they got one with a 3 handle and 2 with a 6 handle. And they're basically leveraged all the way to the sky on these deals. So at some point, these owners are going to owe more than the house is actually worth, and then it's time to walk away. And then that's when those deals are going to come through. I don't know if anybody's going to buy them, you know. It could be Uncle Rio, go back to the bank owned, REO, buy them from the bank for pennies on the dollar. So that's the debt D. And then of course you got divorce. And divorce basically comes from, well, it comes from living in the United States, where marriage is not about love, it's about property. But, you know, there's been a lot of stress the last few years. There's been a lot of people that got married and now they're not making enough money, you know? Or you got the wife that's making a lot more money than the husband now, and you know what happens when that goes on. It's out the door with you, Jack. Don't you come back no more. I'm going to take this house, I'm going to go liquidate it. So these houses end up on the market too. So we don't really need to wait for the boomers to die in the house, even if 54% of them say they'll never sell. Because they're going to sell, guys. These deals are going to come onto the market one way or another. We're going to find you. We're going to get you. But anyways, guys, that's all I got for you today. And if you got a real estate problem and no one else can help, if you want to sell your house quickly without a salesperson, you just give me a call. I'm at 850-588-9500. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. I'm Danny Elliott.